All right, you guys say I never bring you anything, okay? But I did. Come on, Chris. Right there. Brandon, these things were so cheap. I'm telling you, I bought more than that. Anyway, did I tell you my daughter said, she called me? She said, I've got great news. Your airbags work.
And we're live. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, it is that time on Laugh Again when we bring you the news you won't find on the news. The fantastic, the wonderful, the strange. Like the story of the lady who lost a contact lens and the doctor who found it 28 years later. On her eyelid. It's true. Or the live parakeet found stuck in a cupboard at IKEA. Or the Colorado 10-year-old who called 911 to get help on his math homework. Way to go. Or the California man who was arrested for stealing 800 pounds of lemons. 800 pounds! Pucker up. It's time for a laugh or two on another episode of The Good Report. In Cambridge, England, the staff at Fulburn Hospital knew something was up when honey began oozing from the ceiling inside their staff housing complex. Ceiling panels were removed to reveal a super colony of 60,000 honeybees. It took the Tree Bee Society 12 hours to relocate the bees. That's pretty good. Apparently, the incident created quite a buzz. Enough with the puns, okay? That's enough. I will behave myself from here on out. In other news, Kyle Mullender was kayaking off the coast of New Zealand when he received the surprise of his lifetime. Kyle's GoPro camera filmed the incident or no one would believe him. A seal popped its head out of the ocean with a live octopus in his mouth and slapped Kyle across the face with the octopus. The dazed kayaker had no idea what hit him, but the video footage tells the tale. I mean, how many people can say they've been slapped across the face by a seal with an octopus? What's next? Squid napping? Meanwhile, in Texas, two college students, Yev Maravilla and Christian Toledo, both of Asian descent, realized there were no pictures of Asian employees on the walls at their local McDonald's. So they created a giant poster of themselves eating McDonald's menu items and hung it up at McDonald's, where it stayed for months, until a McDonald's executive called them. Were they in trouble? No, they weren't. McDonald's loved their poster so much they made them stars of an ad campaign and paid them each $25,000. Well, on to bigger and better things. When Hurricane Florence hit the Carolinas, Shelley Tench was told that a local hurricane relief shelter didn't have enough clothes for victims. So she took $50 to Walmart. Shelley approached the manager, Jeff Jobs, and asked for a discount. When Jeff heard about the plight of the people at the shelter, he didn't give me a discount, Tench said. He armed me with one of his associates and a shopping cart and told me to fill it up on him. $1,251 later, she delivered 254 items of clothing to garner high shelter. Isn't that great? The next morning, Jobs asked if there was anything else the shelter needed. Yes, there was. So he donated case after case of fruit and snacks and Gatorade. Anything else you need, he asked. Finally, they said no. When I hear such stories, I cannot help but think of the extravagant generosity I have received from people. But even better, from God. We are the recipients of the greatest gift in all of history. Romans 8:32 says that God did not spare even his own son, but graciously gave him up for us all. As a result, through faith, we receive redemption, forgiveness of sins, and the promise of eternal life. How can we respond with anything less than gratitude and generosity, which are two ingredients to living a joy-filled life? You know, there is nothing like a potluck, is there? And generosity is a bit like a potluck. You put so little in, you get so much out. Speaking of good news, here are a few headlines that should make us smile. Are you ready? Breathing oxygen linked to staying alive. Really? Include your children when baking cookies. County spelling bee postponed. Ironically, B is spelled B-E-E. Apparently, this headline created quite a buzz. Finally, drunk gets 9 months in violin case. Boy, I hope the guy is not claustrophobic. By the way, you know the difference between a violin and a fiddle, don't you? A violin has strings, and a fiddle has strings. Cut. Alrighty. Strings. strange. Oh, man. Laughter is phenomenal medicine. Share it, like it, pass it on by subscribing to the button that you subscribe to. Then, hey, take the rest of the day off.